Thank you for tuning into another newly listed on the CSE clip. It is 2021, and today I am talking to David Patterson. David is the chairman of Snowy Owl Gold Corp, which is just listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange. So, David, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you're doing well.
My pleasure. Yes, doing very well. Thank you.
Good stuff. Dave, why don't we begin by you giving the audience just a brief introduction to Snowy Owl Gold? What do you guys do?
So Snowy Owl Gold is a Quebec-based company. We have exploration property in a very prolific mining camp in the Windfall Lake area in Quebec. This property is 100% owned by Snowy Owl. And we chose the name Snowy Owl because it is the provincial bird of Quebec.
So why did you guys choose to take Snowy Owl Gold the public route?
So the great thing about our markets is that once we go public, we have the opportunity to reduce the cost of capital for us to raise money to do exploration or, farther along when we want to develop a property. We really need to be public to be able to do that.
There's a lot of buzz around Quebec being the place to go when it comes to these projects. Can you explain to us why people are so bullish on Quebec?
Well, Anil, that's an interesting question, and I can only talk from my perspective. I have worked in Quebec for over 25 years. I live in Vancouver, but I find that Quebec has everything that I want as an explorationist. They've got great mineral reserves, resources, and prospects. They have many people that are in the space that we can provide as expediting geologists, geophysics, geochemistry, drilling. And as we develop a property, we can actually source everything right there in the province of Quebec. Province of Quebec government is, I'm going to say they're development friendly with an eye on the environment, safety, and health. But certainly when you have a partner when you're trying to develop an asset in Quebec, not an adversary.
Got it. I think you mentioned that you've got over 25 years of experience in that region. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, it's for Quebec, I think I'm in excess of $250 million raised for exploration and development. We've been as far north as Saluet in the Raglan Trend for nickel, in the Matagami area for zinc, and now in the Windfall area for gold.
So other than, the region and your strong background, what would you say differentiates a company like Snowy Owl Gold from some of your peers?
Well, I like to look at what we have because the very first thing you want to be in exploration is with a good address. And I look around where we are in the Windfall Lake area, and you can see some major companies, some developing exploration companies. And I think within 10 miles of our property boundary, there are 4 discoveries that are working their way to be mines. A number of companies in our area are drilling, and this is an area that's been developing over the last 10 years. So what makes us unique, I think, is the fact that we have a large parcel of ground nestled up against the 3 biggest players in the area, say 10 to 15 miles away. You have these 4 major properties. Within that same radius, you have a number of other juniors that are drilling what they think are going to be discoveries. And then you have our property where we've done the geophysics, and we've come up with some interesting targets. The geochem that was done by the Quebec government has, and again, identified some interesting targets. And so our next goal would be to follow those up on the ground, and boots on the ground is going to be required as this next phase.
Got it.
We will plan on being on the ground as soon as weather permits.
So where can our viewers that are interested in yourself and your company, where can they go to keep up with your latest news or any recent milestones?
Well, we'll have our website up and running very shortly, and that's snowyowlgold.com. And so anytime you want to get an update, we can put you on our mailing list so that as we put out press releases, you'll be informed. And we'll be developing social media, whether it's Twitter or Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah, all the usual social media channels that everybody's involved in these days. Dave, again, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to sit down and talk to not only myself, but our audience at the CSE about Snowy Owl Gold, your project in Quebec. And obviously, welcome to the family. And we hope we can have you guys on in the near future, talking a little bit more about your advancements. And thank you so much for your time.
I look forward to presenting next time. Thank you, Anil.
Thank you,
Happy
Dave.
New Year, by the way.
Same to you and your team. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for tuning in to another newly listed on the CSE. Please feel free to hit like and share this content and hit subscribe if you haven't already.